I want to spend a few moments looking specifically at professionalism and integrity. What are they, how to recognize them, and 3 things that we can do to develop them. So, what is professionalism and integrity? This is a topic that I'm particularly passionate about. And we're going to start by looking at a definition of what it means to be professional and to have integrity. Professionalism, according to Oxford Languages, is the competence or skill of a professional. So if we relate to this to a sportsman, maybe a football player or soccer player, we would say that they are professional because they are demonstrating the skill or competence, which is knowledge, skill and behaviours, of someone that is very good at their craft. Now let's look at this other word, integrity. And I love this word, and I think that this word needs to be talked more about in our industry. In fact, I called my own company Integra Aerospace as a constant reminder to myself of how important it is to always have integrity in all that I and my team do. So here's the definition, again from the Oxford Languages. It is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. So there are a couple of things here that we need to consider to fully understand this word, honesty and having strong moral principles. Honesty is a word we will all be used to, telling the truth regardless of the consequences, which to be honest is far easier said than done at times. But what does this phrase mean, to have strong moral principles? Well, moral principles are the principles of right and wrong and are accepted by an individual or a social group. Another way of looking at them is to see them as fundamental truths that serve as a foundation for a system of beliefs or behaviours. For example, who you are as an individual today, professional, husband, wife, father, mother, is the sum result of your upbringing, your past and your present relationships, the social groups you've been involved in, who you hang out with, your religion and beliefs, etc. All of this has influenced and built your character into the person you are today. So how can we recognise those things that lead to professionalism and integrity? We each may have a slightly different perspective of what a professional mechanic or professional engineer means in our worlds. And some might consider a person to be a professional simply because somebody is paying them a salary to do a certain job. However, actually, being a professional is so much more than simply collecting a paycheck. It's made up of all those qualities that we think makes an individual truly professional at their job. I really like what Dr. Bill Johnson, the Chief Scientific and Technical Advisor for Human Factors at the Federal Aviation Authority, wrote in an article. And he wrote that a professional should not be confused with a perfectionist. The professional knows and achieves the acceptable level of quality and practical efficiency. Professionals often serve as mentors to help other people as well as themselves. So, just to close this topic then, here are 3 things you can do to develop professionalism and integrity. Number 1, constantly be a learner. Evaluate mistakes and apply what you learn. Secondly, ask yourself if you behave differently when people are around to when they're not around. This will give you an insight into whether you need to work on your integrity. And thirdly, consider the potential impact or consequences when you're tempted to take a shortcut or skip steps. Determine before you're in a challenging situation how you would stand your ground and do the right thing. I'd love to hear from you. Why don't you drop in some thoughts about what you think makes a person truly professional at their job?